So I have a little confession to make. I love single-use kitchen gadgets. The pineapple corer, the smoothie maker, the cake tester, the breakfast sandwich maker, the citrus zester, the taco holder, the cherry pitter. You get the idea. But if I bought all the devices I coveted, my kitchen would be so stuffed that I wouldn't have room to cook. Now, multi-use items like a blender that can make smoothies and margaritas as well as crush ice, they make a lot more sense. Now, most medical alert systems do only one thing, but it's quite an important thing: protecting a loved one. But with more seniors embracing smartphones, you could get your loved one a phone that has a medical alert device built right in, killing two birds with one high-tech stone. In case of emergency, it's much more useful than a honey drizzler. Hi, I'm Jeff Hoyt, Editor-in-Chief of SeniorLiving.Org. In order to help people age with ease, we review medical alert systems and other tech that allows seniors to live independently in their homes. Now, Lively designs medical alert systems and phones simple for seniors to use, especially when it comes to summoning emergency help. You're familiar with Jitterbug, right? Well, I've previously reviewed some of the family of Lively emergency response devices, which includes a standalone medical alert system and cell phones designed for seniors. Today I'll be reviewing the Jitterbug Smart4 cell phone, Lively's newest smartphone. Compared to the Smart 2 and Smart 3 phones, it offers a larger screen, faster charging, better cameras, and longer battery life. I'll unbox the phone, test it out, and list the pros, cons, and latest prices. I'll explain who can benefit from this life-saving product, such as a senior who's capable of using a smartphone who doesn't want a dedicated medical alert device. So we're trained as kids to call 911 in case of emergency. And unlike most medical alert devices, the Smart4 gives users two choices. They can call 911 directly, as they're used to doing, or reach out to the Lively Urgent Response team with a press of a big red button. So this Swiss Army knife of a device can obviate the need for a dedicated medical alert device. Now, unlike 911 operators, the US-based agents, certified by the International Academies of Emergency Dispatch, they know who's calling and their medical situation. And you can even call for non-emergency help as well, such as contacting a loved one or roadside assistance. And if you give this to your mom, you can track her location and get notified every time she presses the button. Now, in this review, I'll demonstrate how the smartphone works, give you a guided tour of my experiences, and show you how this high-quality equipment can protect a beloved family member or yourself at home or away. So it's time to unbox the Lively Jitterbug Smart4 smartphone. So let's take a look, see what you get. So it says, welcome to Lively. It says there's a quick start guide. So here's the paperwork. Got a quick start guide. Got a user guide. It's nice that they print it out for you. You don't have to go to the internet and print it out. And there's another little pamphlet on Lively services. So here's the phone itself. It's a pretty big boy. And it also comes with a USB-C cable and a phone charger for the wall. So that's pretty much it, except for this little device here. I don't know what it's officially called, but it's to pop out your SIM card if you need to change the SIM card, but you probably won't need it, so don't worry about it. Well, let's put this through its paces and see what this bad boy can do. So the name of the phone, the Smart4, indicates it's a smartphone, so the user has to be capable of navigating one. If not, look into the Jitterbug Flip 2, a simpler flip phone which I previously reviewed. You also need to be able to handle a big phone, as this screen is over ½ a foot long when measured diagonally. Now on this side, you'll see buttons to raise and lower the volume, as well as a power button. And there's cameras on the front and the back, you can take selfies. On the bottom, it's the USB-C charger port, where these go, as well as something missing from a lot of phones at 10 times the price, an old-fashioned headphone jack. Now the Smart4 is powered by Android. That's Google's phone operating system. And the phone is designed to be simple to use, but if you're an Apple phone user, you may find the layout a little unfamiliar. At the bottom here, you see this little grid layout of icons, each representing apps. Well, this looks as confusing as many other Android phones, but there is this urgent response button in red at the top. But when the phone is set to the Jitterbug experience, well, now it offers an easy-to-use list-based interface instead. And it still has that urgent response button on top, right there. Now, it's not on every screen. When you go to an app, it disappears. But I don't think it's ever more than 2 clicks away. Just go to the home button that's there at the bottom, and there it is right back again. So this home screen shows many of the things that the Smart 4 can do in its large, easy-to-read menu. Make calls, send text, add and manage contacts, shoot and display photos, surf the web, send and receive email, and help you navigate with maps. And Lively has their own apps on here. The how-to guides are accessible here, and you can even add more apps if you like. Now, I've used it to make a few phone calls. Phone quality's fine. You can raise the volume, use the speakerphone, and you can even use your voice to interact with the phone. And that's helpful for anyone, but particularly those with shaky hands or impaired hand-eye coordination. Let's test it out. Hey Google, who won the Yankee-Red Sox game last night?
Yesterday, the Yankees played the Red Sox. The final score was 7-2 Yankees.
Good to hear. So the Smart 4 can also read out loud words that are on the screen, and that's helpful for people with vision issues. If you press this little button here,
urgent response, options, home, phone, text messages, contacts, camera and photos, web browser, email.
So that's nice. Now my daily driver is an Android phone, and compared to the Android phones I'm used to using, well, things take a lot longer on the Smart 4, like loading web pages. And the photos, well, they aren't flagship quality either, but it's also at a much cheaper price point. More on that later. But my usual phone, like most smartphones, doesn't have Smart 4's unique feature, that urgent response button in red at the top. What happens when I press it? Only one way to find out.
Calling urgent response.
That audio feedback's reassuring. Let's see how long it takes for them to answer.
Connecting you to urgent response now.
Hi, this is Ashley. How may I help you today, Jeff?
Just testing the system, thank you. So they answered pretty quickly. They knew my name, and if it had been an emergency, they could have sent the fire department, they could have sent police, they could have sent an ambulance. But as I said, I was just testing out the system. And in a real emergency, the agents would stay in contact with the caller until the episode's over. But what if your mom all of a sudden can't talk? Well, urgent response service can still help her. If she presses that button, but she can't speak and she hangs up, an urgent response agent might call back to check on her well-being. And if she still doesn't answer, or she presses the call button to answer but still can't speak, they'll send first responders to her location. So the phone could be a lifesaver even in that circumstance. And seniors often have episodes that aren't emergencies, but just require the help of a friend or a family. If mom is feeling poorly or needs some personal help while she's in the bathroom, well, that agent can reach out to a friend or family member as well as emergency personnel. They'll even send a locksmith to your house if you lock yourself out. So how much does this smartphone with added protection cost? Well, the base price is $120 plus an activation fee of either $25 or $35. But Lively often discounts the phone because they want people to subscribe to their service. And I showed you that includes the wall charger and the cable. Now in comparison, top Android phones can cost over $1,000. Now Lively claims that their plans start at $20 a month, and that price does include unlimited talk and text, but it doesn't include that urgent response button up here. For that, you'll need to shell out at least $40 a month. And at that price, you'll also get access to their caring team. And they can look up phone numbers and directions for you. They can even book you a ride through the Lyft app without you having to deal with it yourself. They'll just add the cost of the ride to your bill. They say that operators will even talk to you if you're feeling lonely. And I gotta say, $40 a month is a lot cheaper than a $100 an hour psychologist. For an extra $10 a month, that gets your premium service. That includes a nurse on call and a care advocate who can help you meet your health and wellness goals. These sound pretty good, but I couldn't evaluate those features. And note that all these service prices, they include a discount for utilizing paperless billing. Now, if you're going to surf the net a lot, well, they give you a single gig of data, but you're going to need more if you're really a hardcore user. And the most that's going to cost you if you go for unlimited data, that's $30 a month. So in all, you'll spend about $150 for the phone, and then anywhere from $20 to $80 a month, depending on what services you need. And of course, if you want a car charger or a case, well, that's going to cost you additional as well. So So I showed you a little tour of the Smart 4, but is it right for you or your mom or a loved one? Well, self-conscious seniors who don't want to be seen wearing a standalone medical alert device, they can use the Jitterbug Smart4 phone. If they get into trouble, they just press the red button at the top, or they can dial 911 for help. So it's great for seniors who've never had a cell phone who can use a smartphone. Now, if they can just dial 911, you may ask, why bother with the Smart 4 over other smartphones? Well, you got that easy-to-read menu, simple operation, and the Smart 4 allows a loved one to track their location as well as get an alert if the urgent response button is pressed. So if mom presses this, you'll know right away. And that can give you peace of mind if you give this phone to an aging parent. Other reasons to choose the Smart 4? Well, I mentioned earlier, the operators, they're certified by the International Academies of Emergency Dispatch. And if you buy the phone directly from Lively, well, you can return it within 30 days if mom doesn't want it. You just pay for the shipping both ways. And you won't get locked into a long-term contract. You just pay month by month. Now, on the downside, the Smart 4 can only be used on a Lively phone plan, not with other carriers. And if your loved one doesn't use a smartphone, they may not be up for learning how. And if they do use a smartphone, it may be difficult to switch them from their existing phone, and they can always use that phone to dial 911. Also, the Smart 4 doesn't offer fall detection. If you're looking for that feature, then call for help if the user falls down. Now, for more products to help you age with ease, visit SeniorLiving.Org, where you can find and compare housing options for seniors, including in-home care, assisted living, nursing homes, and everything in between. And please, join our 78,000 plus other subscribers. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks.